everybody, it's Riffi! Yeah! Woo! I got some crazy good news for you today. You wouldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it myself. You know, I dug in and I just find more and more good news about this topic. You wouldn't believe it. So this topic is called Fuel and Fizzy Drinks Forever! Yeah! Woo! So let's start with some questions. What if we could go on using carbon-based fuels indefinitely? Like they would never run out. And what if you could run a car or a jet plane and it would have the same amount of effect on the atmosphere as opening a soda pop? What if we could undo any effect carbon that's already in the atmosphere might be having? Well, the good news is we can do all these things and you can help. First, I want to look at this company, Carbon Engineering in Squamish, British Columbia, Canada. Now, what these guys can do, these guys have built a proof of concept plant and they proved their concept. They can pull carbon out of the air, mix it with water, and they can make gas, diesel, or jet fuel, or whatever you want, for around $1 a liter. Isn't that amazing? Now, this is just carbon neutral. So that means the carbon that we take out of the air would then go back into the air. But that's better than taking carbon out of the ground and putting it in the air. So, it's a step forward. These plants can be built anywhere there's air and water. And the fuel they produce is the cleanest you can find. And it's, as they say, drop-in compatible with any machine that uses this kind of fuel today. How awesome is that? Cars can keep driving, planes can keep flying, and it won't ever run out. Carbon Engineering is a private company, and they are looking for motivated employees, investors, and partners. So if that describes you, check out the website below and jump in. So my next interesting company to do with carbon capture is Climeworks from Switzerland. Do you ever wonder where carbon in your soda pop comes from, or your carbon in your carbonated water? Well, it generally comes from a coal-fired power plant, as far as I know. So it's still sort of carbon neutral because otherwise the plant would just fire it into the air, so it's just a delay. Well, one of the biggest investors in Climeworks is Coca-Cola. Isn't that interesting? I guess Coca-Cola sees the writing on the wall that fossil fuels aren't going to be around forever, and that means they won't have any carbon for their soda. They can buy CO2 from a company like Climeworks forever, so we'll never run out of fizz in our drinks. Huzzah! Climeworks aims to be pulling 1% of all global CO2 emissions out of the air by 2025. This carbon can be used to make fuel or to help plants grow faster, like 20 or 30% faster, or to make drinks fizzy. But they also have a plan to permanently remove carbon from the air. They inject the liquid carbon into volcanic rock or basalt, and it turns into rock. And that's a long-term way to store carbon back underground. And they can offer companies a way to offset the carbon they emit by buying and sequestering carbon back in the ground. Well, Climeworks has some big plans, and they'll need people and funding to make it happen. If you're interested, check out their website and links below. They've even got a product page where you can build your own carbon capture setup if you want. Climeworks already has 2 plants going as of this video. The one in Switzerland creates carbon for sale, and the one in Iceland creates carbon for permanent underground storage. Here's something else. Climeworks is taking part in an EU program called STORE&GO. This is fascinating. So Climeworks is one of 27 entities taking part in this program. They're looking for any way to store excess energy as fuel. That's any excess energy, and there's lots, even from coal and nuclear plants. The strategy is generally to make natural gas or methane out of the carbon in the atmosphere, and then take advantage of existing natural gas networks to make that network in Europe more and more carbon neutral. That may be boring to people who don't believe in climate change, but for those of us who do, that's amazing. So it's fuel and fizzy drinks forever. Celebrate! Wah! Lots of links below, lots of information. Check it out and have a great day. Bye-bye!